This is that Flyking and T.S. Madison, baby. And we got a question. Is it on?
How y'all doing? It's your boy, the Flyking, coming at you live from the palace where I mind all y'all business as long as y'all staying out of mine. And here we're back with another episode of Pose. And I know what you're thinking. What the fuck happened to you last week? Well, what happened was on June 26th, Tuesday, I was born that day, and I was celebrating my birthday last Sunday. I went out to Hamburger Mary's with a bunch of my good friends, and we had an amazing time. If you don't know, here in Los Angeles, we have a restaurant called Hamburger Mary's where they have the drag show. So we sat in VIP and we did the brunch, and I drunk so much, y'all. I drunk so much. I even got one of the little Hamburger Mary's shoes. I had a Texas tea in it. So this is what it looks like with the heel on it, and I had a Texas tea, and it was really good. I was in VIP in the front. I was turned all the way. And then this past Sunday, I actually got back in yesterday. I was in Viva Las Vegas. I actually, not necessarily for my birthday, I actually had a photo shoot for something really special I have coming up, which you guys will be finding out about. But I had an amazing time there. Into this new episode of Pose, because you know me, I got a lot to say. So we start off at the ball. It's 1982 and they're playing Love Come Down, and we have they're walking femme virgin, which in the ballroom scene, virgin is, of course, this is the first time you've ever walked the ball. So if you've ever walked the ball before, you cannot walk this category. So we see all the girls, they're coming out and they're beat and they're sickening, right? Then they have Blanca come out. Blanca comes out. She isn't really a B-girl. She has a dusty wig. She has a dress that she looked like she found, as Miranda put it in Devil Wears Prada, no doubt fished it out of some clearance bin. If you've seen the Devil Wears Prada, shout out to Meryl Streep. She came out and she did okay. I think the whole premise of the scene was to show that it was her first time, because this episode is called Mother's Day. So I guess they're giving us the premise of how she became, how Elektra became her mother. So she comes out and she walks, and she does kind of not really that great. She ends up getting a bunch of sixes, but so she ended up being in last place. But she has so much heart. That's what people respect about her, which is, I liked the message of this episode of, because it's true in real life. You know what I'm saying? You might not be at your peak in something, but if you believe in yourself, stick to it. You're gonna get better at it. Just as long as you have the heart and the passion for it, you're gonna get better at it. No one was the greatest of all time, they first time coming out. So Elektra ends up she sees Blanca, and she ends up asking her out to give her something to eat. And she finds out that Blanca is homeless and her mama kicked her out and things like that. So she ends up putting her in the house of abundance, and that was the story of how Blanca and Elektra came together. Now, Elektra, as from last episode, is getting her penis clipped. And so she's in the hospital. So the House of Abundance is feeling a certain type of way about their Mother Dearest. So they decide to walk the ball by themselves. And the theme, the category was bringing like runway, bringing like the cover of Vogue. If you don't look like the cover Naomi Campbell, then get off of the runway. So they come out. So we got Lulu, we got Candy, we got the boys, and they're turning it. They looked amazing. Now, I want to just put in a quick little side note, now, I'm a person who, when I came out, I never was in a house, even though I was, asked and all those things. I was never in a house. But I've been to a lot of balls, and a lot of balls in Atlanta. I've been to balls. They just had the latex ball this weekend in New York. Shout out to everybody that won at the latex ball. And in my personal opinion from the balls that I've seen and the balls that I've been through, and people who have actually not been to a ball or actually seen a ball should probably Google ballroom throwbacks. I think that's a good reference. They're just a little bit more creative. Like, I know if some of you guys watch Star on Fox, if you know the infamous Amaya Scott, she used to walk the ballroom scene. Amaya Scott used to come out in a box looking sickening, rhinestones everywhere. She literally one time came out in a box. I was there. She came out in a box, and she had on this butterfly type of bodysuit, and she had live butterflies like on her arms, like live butterflies. And I say that to say this: the ballroom scene is extravagant, flamboyant, over the top, and I feel like Pose has only gotten it right in the first episode where they went to the museum and they got the outfits. And they were wearing the king and queen outfits, the Victorian outfits, and it was so detailed. That's how people in the ballroom bring it every time. These ballroom scenes have just been like really cute outfits put together. They're not really giving me ballroom. Ballroom is, and it's funny because I'm gonna get back to the episode, sorry guys, but I'm gonna segue to something that Funky Dineva said about the show and why it's not getting its ratings. He was saying that maybe people are homophobic or things like that, but I disagree with Funky Dineva because people watch RuPaul's Drag Race, but they watch it for the pageantry, for the flamboyance, for the glitter, the gold, the diamonds. Everything is so shiny. You guys are just putting regular outfits on and walking down the runway. That's not ballroom. The latex ball this past weekend, if you Google the latex ball, they had for the European runway category, it was Egyptian themed. They looked like something out of Michael Jackson Remember the Time. Like, they wasn't playing. It was Remember the Time. Even if you go back and watch Paris is Burning, which took place the same 1980s as Pose taking place, it was more extravagant. So I need more theme, I need more extravagance, I need more Swarovski crystals, I need more from you guys. But anyway, the House of Abundance ends up winning grand prize without their mother dearest, so everybody is gagging. So after that, we segue into Blanca, who was at home, and she gets a phone call and she screams, and we find out that her real life mother passes away. So she goes over to her real life sister, I don't want to say real life, biological mother passes away, so she goes to see her biological sister. So her biological sister isn't here for her being a transgender woman, so she's calling Blanca by her birth name. And I don't want to say anything offensive because I love the transgender community. Come on now. So she's trying her, so she ends up saying, I'm gonna come to the funeral. And Blanca gets back to the house and she's saying how she don't think she want to go, and everyone's around her like, look, you're a mother now, we love you and we have your back and you're gonna go, and it's not about you, it's not about them. So then we do a segue into Stan and Angel's storyline. So Angel has moved out of her deluxe apartment in the Sky High because she found out that Stan is not leaving his wife, and she feels like the Stan only looks at her as some sort of fetish. So she feels a certain type of way, so she done moved out, saying that he gonna run after her. And Stan's doing, I guess because of that, Stan, you know how when someone breaks up with somebody, so what they do is they try to put all their time and effort into their work so they don't have to think about the person. So that's what Stan was doing, and Stan ends up having a meeting with Donald Trump and Stan's direct boss, who was already hating because Stan was trying to make a move, which I don't understand, because in the first episode, Stan fucking told him, I want to be like you. I want to have a office overlooking the city skyline. Like, I want to be like you. When someone says they want to be like you, take them serious. Take them seriously. You know what I'm saying? Don't think like people get too caught up in ego. Oh, you can't do me. I don't know, sis. You don't know what this person is capable of or what God has for somebody. But anyway, Stan turned the meeting and the boss ended up being late. So the boss hating ass want to go to Stan's house while he not home and telling the wife, oh, you know your man cheating, girl. Like I told you, she's a messy ass queen. You know your man cheating, so I got an opportunity for you in X, Y, and Z. What's the bitch name? I think the bitch name was Patty, Stan's wife. I forgot the bitch name. Let me know the bitch name. So anyway, she ends up going to finding out the apartment building that Stan got for Angel. So she go down there and she all in the fucking leasing office like, yo, so was it a bitch named Angel here? Because she's ringing the buzzer and it says Angel, and she was like, and then the leasing manager comes and he's like, Bitch, what the fuck is you doing? And bitch don't even stay there no more. Well, who's on the lease? Is Angel on the lease? And he's like, that's confidential information. So she says that it's his wife. Now, here's my thing. I don't give a fuck who come by with their ID. Bitch, don't tell no bitch about what contract I signed. That don't have nothing to do with you. It's confidential information. Send that bitch on her way. Tell the bitch to call me. So she finds out that her husband did sign for the lease. So she's trying to figure out where Angel is. Mind you, what I didn't appreciate was she's going to ask the leasing manager, oh, did somebody leave another address that they're at? So she ends up going to the house of Evangelista. And I'm sitting here like, did you just give somebody's wife the address to their husband's side bitch address? You don't fucking do that. What if this bitch would have pulled up and started shooting? And then that bitch would have died. Bitch, you would have been going to jail for even giving this bitch the address. That address don't have nothing to do with her. That address don't have nothing to do with her husband. Why would you do that? I would have went up there and whooped his ass. But anyway, so after that, we go back into Electra, who's in the hospital. And she has a visitor. And the visitor is Blanca. So Blanca comes with some flowers and roses, and Electra, you know, of course, is throwing shade and saying, "Why are you even here?" And Blanca basically says, "You know what? Because you're my mother at the end of the day, and I lost my biological mother, so that's really why I'm here." So they end up, you know, having conversation, and we realize, and Blanca actually gives Electra some insight on the fact that she's not really a loving mother. You know, she's a tough mother, but she's not a loving mother. Mothers have to be tough, but mothers have to be a lot of things. But which is in being tough and giving tough love, but you also have to give love too as a mother at the end of the day. So Electra kind of takes heed to that, and then when she ends up getting out the hospital, she cooks dinner for her kids, and she basically apologizes for why they feel the way they do about her. And it seems like Candy, Lulu, and the guys warm up a little bit to her. Blanca in the house of Evangelista, who attend their Blanca's mother's funeral. At first, the sisters is like, "What are you doing here?" And the brother is like, "What are you doing here?" Whole time I'm like, "Blanca, you a better bitch than me," because I would have said, "Hola, hola, 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 hola." This was my motherfucking mama too, and I could give a fuck about what the fuck y'all think about it. I don't, obviously, if I decided to transition, I don't give a fuck about what a bitch had to say. This is my mom, she died, and I'm gonna come to her funeral, whether you like it or not. And I wish my brother would push up on me and try to tell me I can't have my motherfucking mama's cookbook when you're just mad because mama didn't like to cook with your illiterate ass little brother who probably have to use his finger to read every word when he fucking reading, but he a grown ass motherfucking man, and you mad with me. No, I don't play that shit. But anyways, they wouldn't let her get her mom's recipe booklet. It was just real scandalous. But to be honest with you, the reality is people treat transgender people way worse than that. I know if you heard about the article of the transgender lady who passed away, and her family put her in a casket dressed as a man, even though that's not how she presented herself in the world, which was just gut-wrenchingly disrespectful. But I mean, that's how we do our love. On Mother's Day at the House of Evangelista, they're making a Mother's Day brunch. So we're in the kitchen with Blanca and Damien, and they're making pancakes with fruit and eggs, and they hear a knock at the door, and it ends up being Blanca's biological sister, who comes and gives her the recipe booklet and says, you know, Mom loved you at the end of the day. I lied. You know, she said that she will always love you. It's just she didn't like, you know, your choice in life, the choice. Because you know, just like slavery, as Kanye would say, being gay and being transgender is a choice. So she didn't like the choice that she made, but she loved her, and she ended up giving her. And the sisters seemed like, the sisters said that she used to take care of Blanca when she was younger, and she never even got a thank you. So I feel like she was alluding to the fact that, you know what, I did all this to you and I was mean to you, but it might have not necessarily been because you were transgender, more so than I kind of resented the fact that I had to take care of you when you were younger, and I was there for you and never even got a thank you. And then, you know, Blanca ends up saying, you know, "Thank you, I love you, would you like to come in?" And sister's like, no, just came to give you the booklet and then let you know that Mom loves you, I love you, and you were the best parts of her. And the sister goes on her way. So then after that, we're at the Mother's Day ball. So we have the House of Abundance comes out, and Electra looks sickening with her She has an old, beautiful yellow cape. I loved it. I loved everything. Although, like I said earlier, if this was real life, first of all, and then the ballroom announcer was all on the mic when they had the first ball with the House of Abundance while Electra was in the hospital. And he's all on the mic like, oh, Electra, she's in the hospital. She better get out that hospital bed. They wouldn't do that in real life. In real life, it would be almost like kept in the house that someone was getting a transition surgery. First of all, a transition surgery it takes years to recover. You got to put that rod up your coochie for like 2 years to let that shit heal. She wouldn't have been out the hospital that fast. You just had your whole dick chopped off and you in the hospital tomorrow? No, sis. So you in the hospital walking a ball in a bodysuit 2 days later? Come on now. So she walks the ball and she reveals Lulu and Candy and they're having a tea party, which was cute, but it's not, to me, ballroom is more extravagant and over the top than that. So the outfits would have been more over the top than that. Come on, who's the set design? Y'all could have did something better than that. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, they came out, then the House of Evangelista comes out, and let me tell you something. In my opinion, the House of Evangelista should have got grand prize because Blanca, she came back with her haircut and she let y'all have it. Because before she had a Holly Trashy haircut, and this time she got it right. She called Halle Berry and she asked her to get the one for Monsters Ball, you know, to make me feel good, the Oscar, make me feel good, Monster Ball. So she had on that one, her pixie cut was everything, and she had this a beautiful baby blue. It had a cape gown, and it was sparkling. That was ballroom, and it was flowing. She was turning around. They said, you better swing that cape, superwoman, bitch. She swung that cape around, and I feel like just off her swinging that cape around, her cape laid into Electra's. But I guess the storyline, the writers wanted the House of Abundance to win. But in my opinion, the House of Evangelista should have won that ball. Like, they should have got 10s across the board just for Mama and that motherfucking cape, period. But all in all, I thought it was a good episode. I needed more extravagance. And also to speak on what some people are saying about the ratings for polls with the over the topness is that it's not, and people are comparing it to like, why aren't people watching it like Empire and Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder? Because the storylines aren't really gagging you. They're just kind of cute. They're not really things that are gagging me. Like, I need more of a gag. Maybe call Shonda Rhimes up so we can get some more gags, Ryan Murphy. What's going on, sis? But anyways, you guys, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will definitely see you on the next one. It's your boy, the Flyking. Ha ha ha.